Hello and welcome. Today being the 1st of May, do a daily word, and I'll be starting from a song, and then go into your usual Joshua reference you can read. And I just thought I'd let you know of a good book that's available online. Well, there's two I know of. There's one you can get which is the ICR, which comes from well, if you type in icr.org, you'll get it's like a Messianic version. And then there's another one called the PSR, but I'll give you a link to that webpage when I'm done at the end. Okay. Today's song is going to be Kezia Alfred Ministries, called Everything.
Trials and tribulations, yes I do, and so many struggles that I can't seem to bear. Then I went to the word that strengthens me inside. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in God tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in Yahweh tonight. Everything will be alright. Put your trust in God tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in God tonight. So many trials and tribulations, oh, and so many struggles that I can't seem to bear. But I look to the hills from which cometh my help, and all my help cometh from the Lord. And nobody else but you. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in Yahweh tonight. Everything will be alright. Put your trust in God tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in God tonight. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in Yahweh tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Put your trust in Yahweh tonight. Everything is gonna be alright. Put your trust in Yahweh tonight. You might say, well, why does he sing using this name Yahweh? You know, like I hear many different debates, like, oh, well, God gave us many different languages, is the general status, you know. But I tell you, like, even Satan's called God, you know. So when you're reverencing the God, like, who are you speaking to? Like, yeah, in your heart, you may know, and God may know, but does he appreciate it when he says that he has a special name? Like, I'll look up a document for you. I did a study yesterday about this, and if you read from, where are we? In Proverbs 34 it says, who has gone up to the heavens and come down, who has gathered the wind in his fist, who has bound the waters in a garment, who establishes all the ends of the earth. What is his name? And what is his son's name, if you know it? So yeah, I just thought I'd bring out that verse here, because it's making a point that he does have a name. And he does have a name to be reverenced by. And yes, back in his day, what language did he speak? Hebrew. So of course his name's going to be Hebrew. His name's not going to be English. You didn't have English back then. Was anyone ever calling him an English name? No. They were calling him a Hebrew name. Yâhuwshúa. No, they weren't calling him God. They weren't calling him Lord. And his son, Yâhuwshúa, he has a name. His son. No, they weren't calling him Jesus. There was no English. They weren't calling him Moses. They were calling him Yâhuwshúa. And the history's there. Look up the Strong's Concordance. Look up the Septuagint. You know? It's all there. The proof's all in the pudding. I've done the research and I've looked at it. And he does. He has a name. And it should be he should be reverenced by his name. Do you think he likes being called all these other names? No. Well, anyway, so that's why, if you notice, when I was singing that song, I was singing Lift Up Yahweh. Because it's his name. Well, anyway, okay. We'll get to today's reading. And just give me a few seconds. So yeah, so I just thought I'd make that known, and I hope you're all having a lovely day. Yeah, so I hope you're all having a lovely day, and it's been a nice start of the month. Just looking up I suppose not important. I'll share verses later on, and I'll just read from here. So you got starting as per usual. You got the Joshua verse that we've been going on with. I'll give you yesterday's Joshua verse, and I'll give you yesterday's reference, because I got so busy in research, because sometimes, you know, I'm just always looking, I'm always checking, I'm always examining, because that's what it says, you know, that wisdom equals knowledge, you know, or knowledge equals wisdom, either. So, you know, you search it, you look, you find, and then you can proclaim, you know. So it's a daily basis. It has been for years, and I believe that I found the truth. But I always, you know, always look up things. I don't ever take anything for hearsay. I always look up what everything goes back to, and yeah. So yesterday's one was Joshua 21:1 to 23:16, and then you had Psalms 52:1 to 9, Proverbs 12:15 to 16, and Luke 19:1 to 27. So today, the 1st of May. So the one you can read yourself, the Joshua one for today, is Joshua 24:1 to 33. And we're going to be singing from Psalms, which are some known as Psalms, some known as songs, depending what book you have. I'll read out this one today for you, and I'll share my favourite passages on the video on the bottom from a Messianic type Bible that I reckon's brought back to the pure form, and it's very nice. So yeah, you can judge for yourself from reading here, and I'll give you a link at the end of the video too, where you can go and actually check out and you can freely download the book that I'll be presenting in the writing. So anyway, so we've got Psalms 53:1 to 6. The fool says in his heart, Yahweh does not exist, but are corrupt, and they do vile deeds. There is no one who does good. Yahweh looks down from the heaven on the human race, to see if there is anyone who is wise, and who seeks Yahweh. Everyone who turns aside, they have all become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one.
Who are those who participate sin, never understand? They consume my people as they consume bread. They do not call on Yahweh. Then will they be filled with terror, terror like no other, because Yahweh will scatter the bones of those who besiege you. You will put them to shame, for Yahweh has rejected them. Oh, that Israel's deliverance will come from Zion. When Yahweh restored his captive people, Jacob will rejoice, Israel will be glad. And today's Proverbs reading is Proverbs 12:17 to 18. Whoever speaks the truth declares what is right, but a false witness deceives. There is no one who speaks rashly, like a piercing sword, but the tongue of wise brings healing. Today's Luke reading is going to be from Luke 19:28 to 48. When he had said these things, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. As he approached Bethphage and Bethany, at the place called the Mount of Olives, he sent two of the disciples and said, Go into the village ahead of you. As you enter it, you may find a young donkey tied there, on which no one has ever sat. Untie it and bring it here. If anyone asks you, why are you untying it, say this: the Elohim needs it. So those who were sent left and found it, just as he had told them. As they were untying the young donkey, its owner said to them, Why are you untying the donkey? The Elohim needs it, they said. Then they brought it to Yâhuwshúa. And after throwing their robes on the donkey, they helped Yâhuwshúa get on it. And he was going along. They were spreading their robes on the road. Now he came near the path down the Mount of Olives, and the whole crowd of the disciples began to praise Yahweh, joyfully with a loud voice, for all the miracles they had seen. Blessed is the King who comes in the name of Elohim, or Yahweh. Peace in heaven, and glory in the greatest heaven. Some of the Pharisees from the crowd told him, Teacher, rebuke your disciples. He answered, I tell you, if they were to keep silent, the stones would cry out. As he approached and saw the city, he wept over it, saying, If you knew this day what would bring peace, but now it is hidden from your eyes. For now it is hidden from your eyes, for the days will come on you when your enemies will build an embankment against you, surround you, and hem in on every side. They will crush you and your children within you to the ground, and they will not leave one stone on another in you, because you did not recognize the time of your visitation. He went into the temple complex and began to throw out those who were selling. And he said, It is written, My house will not be a house of prayer, or will be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. Every day he was teaching in the temple complex. The chief priests, the scribes and the leaders of the people were looking for a way to destroy him. But they could not find a way to do it, because all the people were captivated by what they heard. The worst thing. Whoever speaks the truth declares what is right, but a false witness deceit. Proverbs 12:17. Both we and the universe are made for integrity, and both the universe and we are alien to untruth and dishonesty. The whole thrust of the universe which Yahweh designed and created is simple, uncomplicated, and built on truth. There are great mysteries, of course, but no lies. Scientific laws are upheld by truth. Gravity, for example, will not lie. It is true in one country as it is in another. as reliable in Jerusalem as it is in Japan. It has often been pointed out that the word evil is the word life, spelled backwards. Oh yeah, it is too. Satan delights to take what Yahweh does and try to reverse it, to move life in the opposite way to that in which it was designed to go. Satan is a liar, John 8:48, and lies are always roundabout, complicated and deceiving. The fact that the universe is built on truth can be verified by the simple device known as a lie detector. The lie detector test works on the basis that people who tell lies and know they are telling lies become extremely anxious and uncomfortable, and this anxiety is then picked up by the machine. But why does telling a lie make a person anxious? Because we are built for truth, and any departure from it registers on the inside in a way that can be picked up on the outside. A lie detector is not infallible and can sometimes, not often, be fooled, but what cannot be fooled is the soul of the person who is lying. The worst thing about being a liar is to be the person telling the lie. Pray. Father, help me lay hold of the fact that a lie demeans me, but a truth develops me. I cannot live successfully by a lie anymore. Then I can fling myself out the window and defy gravity. May I be a person of truth. In Yahushua's name, I pray. Amen. Well, we have there's further studies you can go on with, as presented every day. You got Psalms 10, 1-8, Matthew 17:17, 1 Timothy 6, 3-10, Proverbs 28, 18-28. That's Psalms 10, 1-8, Matthew 17:17, 1 Timothy 6, 3-10, Proverbs 28, 18-28. List some of the aspects of integrity to which David committed himself. What did Paul highlight as one area where integrity is compromised? Well, thank you for the day. Just going to have a little yarn because I want to leave a tiny little gap just to be able to say thank you for watching, and appreciate you coming to the channel and checking out the videos. I love presenting them, and I love sharing truth, so I'm hoping you're enjoying them. Sorry about yesterday's video where the audio just had to be placed as normal because because otherwise I have to have people trying to gain money off my website where I'm not gaining any myself. So I just don't think that's fair, because I'm trying to give this away for free. Yes, I do put monetization to these videos, but it's only to put it in the it's only so it goes up into the indexes, because if you look at my money results, you'll see it's zero. I'm not making any money out of these, and I don't plan to make any money out of these. I'm not into making money because it said that in the Word that we should give freely, and that includes presentations, includes the Word, So I thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the worship song, and I'll see if I can find some more. I wouldn't mind doing a couple of Jewish Messianic songs. I'll just have to see if I can find some free ones that I'm able to use without copying yesterday's problem. Oh, not yesterday, the day before's problem. So thank you very much for watching. Lovely to have you here, and Yahweh bless.